Yo, what's going on, you guys? My name's Rock. My name is Desmond. I'm here with my co-hosts Riggs and Mario. We're gonna be doing a podcast. It's been a while since we've done one. Uh, Most of us is due to time constraints, and then for a while, a lot of us just recently became more free, and then we just kind of like went around the topic of doing another podcast. But we wanted to do one for Juice World, and that's what this main focus of this entire podcast is gonna be. It's around his most recent released album by the company, and then we're gonna go ahead and talk about his impact and what he's done for each of us when we were listening to him, when before and after. So,
Yep.
so the first the album that we're gonna go over is the Juice World Fighting Demons album. Literally came out like what, last week?
Yeah, I
Uh,
believe so. It's been out for like a week now.
is it
Yeah.
the week now? I don't know. I've heard that some went. I feel like it's 2 weeks.
Released.
It's been out.
Released. It's been out for a week. Yeah, and we were talking about we all came by and I've listened to it pretty extensively, but we're gonna go through kind of more of the songs because a lot of the songs are there are like there's minus like three songs because there's one where Eminem speaks and then there's two Juice WRLD where he's talking about his experiences. So we can like just go over those three real quick and then we can go over the rest of the album.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So what's the
Um,
first one speaks? It's Eminem speaks, right?
yeah,
Is I dude, that Eminem speaks was crazy. I was not expecting that to be there at all. It really caught me off guard. And we've all heard Eminem speak about his drug issues and stuff in the past, but
hmm
it's still crazy to hear.
yeah. Especially when it's like about it's kind of incredibly relatable to what Juice was going through because there's like a lot more information about it that came out
Yeah.
like from his videographer where Juice was popping more than what he was saying he was because like he built up that tolerance and then
hmm
he is saying that he also like signed up for rehab, one for his mom, which came out later, and then one because he wanted to reduce the tolerance. He still wanted to keep going with it because he just loved it. He pretty much was addicted to it,
Yeah.
but he also
hmm
just generally loved it too. So, and Eminem giving his speak where he was like near death, that was kind of like crazy. Cause I didn't know how far his extension was. I didn't know if he was actually like on the cusp of gonna die or if he was just wanting to finally get clean.
Oh no,
hmm
yeah, it was bad for Eminem, dude. I've really looked into it in the past, and it was bad. It wasn't just that too. He did some crazy shit.
Yeah,
Yeah. Even like Dre touches up on the whole Eminem like story too. Yeah, the Eminem speaks is it's very fitting in this album for sure,
Yeah.
yeah,
and it's cool to see that Juice is pretty much like model got was on his most recent album like this. Like he definitely had a piece after he had passed, but seeing him like have his little word here was it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah. It's also just unexpected from Eminem, especially when
Yeah,
he doesn't
exactly.
like
Yeah.
he never really talks about it in the limelight of things.
Mhm.
And then the Juice World ones were really sad
The
because like
second one was almost the song, honestly.
yeah, dude, I thought that was
Yeah.
actually
Like it had a melody and everything, bro.
yeah, I thought it was a song, and then no, it's like actually him just speaking, and then it like turns like halfway into a rap. So I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
Juice WRLD speaks. This is Juice WRLD speaks too. We're talking about, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
And then we'll circle back to it.
Yeah. 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 The having the instrumental in there, it definitely like it definitely makes you feel kind of a way. I think like they're obviously trying to push it off a certain way, but the fact that it like creates its own like really like pseudo song when it's not really supposed to be a song. It's like it's long too, isn't it? Like 2-3 minutes or something like that.
it's like 2.5.
It's
I don't know.
I
It's
just
three
remember it being
minutes and
long.
11 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty long. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely tossing it in there is in like in between because I think like all the speaks are like in between like every like 2 3 songs or like 3 or 4 songs. I know they're like pretty split up pretty evenly.
It's like
So if you're
every
listening
four
like
or so.
the
Every four or so.
yeah, so like listening from like the album like bottom to or top to bottom, they hit you at pretty good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So the first
And
song we can go into is "Burn." Uh, that one to me was definitely my top three favorite. I think it ended up becoming like my number two.
I
I
think
really
it's my
enjoyed that
one.
one.
I think I don't know. So like I think the reason why it hits so hard for me is just because first of all it hits hard in general, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was such a strong opening to an overall good album that it just my brain looks at it in almost like a nostalgic view. Like I look at that song and I'm like and I like remember how it first hit me and then all the feelings of the album that came rushing after it, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like it almost gets boosted just because of how good the album was as a whole, and then the starting song was so good that I just my brain almost can't separate it from everything else, you know. So I think that's why it's my favorite.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely probably like I want to say it's in my top. Yeah, probably like my top 3 for sure. I would probably say it's like my third favorite song out of the whole album. It's just that chorus like it hits you so hard.
Yeah,
The hands up in the fire, burn, 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 like with the
The
beat
Genshin.
as he says it. It just it's crazy, man. Yeah, it definitely gives you like a lot more emotion than I do think like the other songs give you because of just like how upbeat when the chorus is.
Yeah. And I think like the just the mood it sets and sets the tone for the album. Being it being it very mellow and then going up high and down low. It's almost like the representation of like everything that he's been putting out for like the last like 2 or 3 years.
Hmm.
And for me, it just set the right mood as like the first song for the album, and then like you said, like the chorus for that song is insane, even though it feels like it's never gonna like hit that high.
Hmm.
yeah.
So, do we want to go
And
over?
one
Sorry.
more thing to just touch up on the song, yeah. Like the overall meaning of the song too, like is for especially for the start of an album, like talking about. I mean, like there's a lot of songs he has talking about like the drug abuse and like the substance abuse. Um, but like there's also a lot of like at least from what I get from it, there's a lot of um him believing in a lot of the stuff that he believes. I think like while under the assumption or like while under the influence of these drugs. And so when you get down to more of the songs, when he starts touching up on more of like how the drug abuse affects him, um, it definitely like it serves its good purpose as like track one for the album. I like the lyrics in the song as well too. Like it's all good.
Yeah, that double meaning. Uh, and then the second song was a song that was released a little bit earlier than the album. It's called "Already Dead."
Mhm.
This is like
Song's so sad.
the
Yeah,
first taste we got into the for the album, right?
Yeah, I believe it was
yeah.
the
This
first
was the
song
little
dropped.
first song.
It was
Yeah,
that,
and
and
this
then it
one,
was Wanted to LA, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
the Already Dead song hit way too hard, especially when we've been waiting on this album for since like what, April,
They knew what
March.
they were doing, dude. It's so
Yeah,
fucked.
Yeah, so this song dropped. It was 10 p.m. at night, and I remember because I put it in chat. I told Riggs in Discord,
yeah,
and I was losing it because of how like fucked up this song is. Because like this is the song that they revealed for the whole album that everybody had waited like a couple months for, and it's just already dead. And
yeah.
it's like as a Juice fan, as any Juice fan, like it's gonna hit you in a really shitty way because
Yeah.
Juice's influence is like it's pretty big, especially even past after his death.
Yeah.
So just hearing that already dead, it it definitely hurts. Like it sucks. It just sucks.
Yeah, and it goes into like a huge thing. Like you have to think like for his influence when there are like rumors around Juice on social media, it brews a
Mhm.
storm. You get like 100,000 minimum. That's for an artist who passed away over 2 years ago. So when this
Mhm.
song
Yeah.
dropped, this song already had like 600,000 people on it. So
Yeah.
people were already like value listening, and by seeing the title, everybody lost their shit. When I looked at that title, I was like, "This
Yeah.
is not okay. This is gonna
Mhm.
actually hurt."
And then the drawing picture that they had too for the video still. It's just fuck,
Mhm.
dude.
It just combination. This song set a huge tone for the album, and once you got like your first taste, you knew that it was gonna be
Just more
a
depression.
a more depression, but also a banger.
Yeah, I
And
think for a song having like a double meaning like this one, where like I mean it's a pretty common like or it's a pretty easy double meaning. This is common Juice World music. It's once again it's about the drug abuse. It's about the heartbreak, but it's him just shouting to you that he is dead, and I think that's what makes it even like worse. Like listening to it because it's like what he's singing about in at the time that he was singing it, but when they give this to us now, that's all the only thing we think about is him, like him actually passing, even though that's not what the song is supposed to be portraying.
yeah, and it's also just like touches on the the last album that they released,
Mhm.
where you got a small tiny bit of his mindset during that time, and then you get like this is the forefront of everything he was thinking, that this song was his therapy, like music was his therapy. This is how he coped with everything,
Mhm.
doing drugs, his mental health, everything. So when you hear this song, you're hearing the actual Juice and what his mindset is, but he's also like, denying it with drug abuse.
Yeah.
Or- So it's
I I definitely
it's sad
relate
it
this
happened to
song
him.
to at least like the double meaning um with the one song you did with Kid Leroy, Remind Me of You. Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
song was blatantly obviously about heartbreak, but the song portrayed like after Juice's passing when it came out. It's about Leroy talking about everything reminds him of Juice.
Yeah.
So like these
God,
double
dude.
meaning songs, man, these things are fucked.
Yeah, it is it's the type of songs that me personally I'd spend like 4 hours with it on, laying down in my bed, just staring at my ceiling, doing nothing. He's just like
Yeah.
just contemplating life.
Yeah. It's like it's a hard hitting song too. Like the just from like the song itself, it's a really it sounds to me like a really upbeat song, but it's actually like terribly sad about the
Mhm.
things he's talking about, because it's just a literal mindset, because he doesn't, in that way, he didn't value himself to be like on this like, not this rock star, this famous rock star that we see every day, but this literal sad man who's just walking around, who just happens to be famous,
Mhm.
and walking around with that kind of mindset where he's just like, yeah, it doesn't matter because the drugs are gonna take me.
Mhm.
It's, I listen to the song a lot just because
Yeah,
like
yeah, for sure.
it's I want them I had this mindset. Yeah.
And then uh, the next song was, which like just based off of its title alone, it's fucked. The name of the song is
Yeah.
just "You Wouldn't Understand." Like shit, dude.
Yeah. I think it's because I don't understand fully, because I've never done like hard hitting drugs, or I think like the most I've done is like weed, and that wasn't to like cope or anything. That was just, it was there at the time, and I was just having fun with friends. But you can understand the pain. I think that's like a lot of things, but we'll never understand how to like cope. Or for
Mm-hmm.
most people, that's not like a general thing that they would go to. And also, his life was crazy because he went from in a literal, I think like under 6 months, he went from being an unknown artist to being the highest tier artist you can get. And then within the year, he was just like peak number one almost.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot to this just one song.
Yeah, you wouldn't understand. This is hold on. Okay, sorry, I was like replaying the song in my head. Um, so what I get from this song is he's obvious. Well, I mean, it's kind of like in the name. Like you wouldn't understand. It's a lot of it's pretty much what he's saying about people, how like if how people portrayed his life and how he's redirecting like what they're saying. Like he's saying like you don't understand about me, and like I never give a fuck about like a goddamn thing. It's literally just it's pretty much just him just saying you'll never understand who I am and like what I've been through. And because like yeah, it's like talking about like what people or like what you had touched up on earlier, how people have, have started all these controversies about him and like what and like said things about him, but they truly don't know like what he's actually going through.
Yeah. Initially about the song itself, it's a really how would I guess I would just describe it as like a normal Juice song in like
Yeah,
comparing it to like his normal other stuff. It falls under that category, just like normal Juice World style, but with an upbeat trap beat and
yeah, it's
him doing
definitely
his
like one of
thing.
the more underrated songs in the album for sure. Like I
Yeah,
Yeah.
think it definitely like it wasn't like part of like the big songs in the album that people like. I'm pretty sure just a lot of people looked over this song, but
yeah.
I mean like to nonetheless like it's still a great song. Um, but it's
I don't
like
think a bad song's on the album.
yeah, I don't think there's
Oh,
many
there's
bad songs
no,
in the
yeah.
album.
I don't think there's a bad song on this album.
Yeah, I'm just saying I think this is like one of the more underlooked ones in the album
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
Yeah. And then we have Wandered to LA with Justin Bieber. Now, with this one, there was this one also kind of like this was the second song that was released,
Like a week
but this
Hmm.
before,
one,
right?
yeah, this one was released with before it was fully released. It had a trailer that went with it, so so you would understand like what's going on with the album. It shows some people being interviewed, like their mom, his mom, and then Juice World and Justin sharing their stories on it. And so, for those that didn't know, Justin Bieber had a drug addiction problem that he was battling for a little while. He got clean, and like Eminem, he shared his story on like what was going on. People in his life were telling him, and so this was definitely with definitely goes with this album specifically along with Eminem because they both had these issues. Uh, but this song was pretty crazy because I honestly didn't see Justin Bieber coming in onto this at
I
all.
didn't either, but I his verse definitely it spoke a lot about me because the what he talks about in his verse is I'm assuming he's talking to it's a loved one or I don't know if Justin Bieber's married or has a
He is.
girlfriend.
He's married.
Oh, he is married.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So from at least from what I get from the Justin Bieber verse every single time is that well it's kind of I mean it does kind of like say it in there but
Yeah,
um it's like primarily him talking to her about his past and like how they came together to be able to like fix everything that he struggled through. And it's very like yeah like I said it's like we're gonna say these in a lot of songs. It's just very fitting for the album. And
yeah,
I think Justin Bieber's verse in here just like fitted so perfectly while Juice's like whole verse was talking about like this like like drug filled time like in LA, and then Justin Bieber's like verse hitting it with like saying like how he went like this far with his wife to be able to get to like where he is both like mentally and physically. So
yeah,
it's cool. Justin Bieber's verse in here is like really good. It was like one of my favorites for sure.
yeah. I think this song really goes not that far deep into like their issues, but seeing somebody else's side and seeing that not only did Juice WRLD go through this, Justin Bieber go through this, Eminem go
Mhm.
through this. There's a lot of artists that go through this, so you're seeing
Mhm.
them just like a small side of their story, and like this is an experience that either takes you or makes you to a better person. So unfortunately, Juice went Juice went that way, but Justin Bieber didn't go that way. And so just seeing them both going to the same city and having kind of near the same experiences with their life, it shows a lot. And then the song itself is just incredibly well made.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
yeah, the harmonics with this one were incredible.
Yeah. This was once again, it was like a lot of the or a few of these or yeah, just a couple of the features in here just felt like a little unexpected. Um and there I mean there isn't that much, but this one was definitely like I think this one in my opinion was the best one. But I know that a lot of people would say that the other one is, which
Yeah.
features two more people. We'll talk about that soon.
Well, there's three
Three
features on this album.
there's four more features.
Well, yeah, but
I'm
I
not
mean, like,
counting.
there's
I'm not counting the third feature. I'm gonna be real.
Oh man,
honestly
they
the
did
third
this.
feature I heard it earlier today. It sounded a little better like after the 10th time. I
I
honestly was kind
just
of feeling it.
That's fair.
I'll say my piece on that one
Yeah, yeah,
later.
yeah. We'll get to it
Yeah,
eventually. We're
yeah,
gonna.
we'll get to it. Yeah.
So
I
after
do
this,
want to talk about this next one though. That I've actually this is one of my top
this is
three.
one I've also listened to a lot.
I fucking
Uh,
love Rockstar in its prime. This song's good, dude.
yeah. Rockstar in His Prime was the sixth song. It's after the Eminem speaks, so this is the next song that comes on, and this one is so insane. I was listening to it the other night when I was at work for
Mhm.
like 3 hours straight because this is how good this
Mhm.
song is. Uh, the line where he says, "I'm just gonna take these perks and not die" is like, bro,
Yeah.
it's not
And
not
it's just
okay.
another one with like a good like another good like pre-chorus that I'm a rock star in its prime. Yeah, like
Yeah, it's really fuck, dude.
The chorus gets me
His
every time. I
vocals are
love it.
just crazy.
yeah.
I will agree that a lot of people say that he was just a better singer. Like I enjoy him when he's singing a lot more,
Oh yeah.
especially in his
Well,
songs.
we're gonna talk about my favorite song pretty soon. But
Yeah,
yeah, Rockstar in his prime. I mean, it's once again, it's another like pretty obvious meaning. You know, it's him talking about his rockstar life and in his prime. Like he's talking about all the drugs he's taking, which not not a good influence by the way. But
it's really
um,
not. If I
yeah,
don't drink this lean, I won't fly. If I drink this lean, I
yeah,
won't fly.
like
That's
yeah.
fucked
But
up.
it definitely yeah. A lot of Juice songs, like if anything, they should be teaching you like what drugs truly do to you, because like this is just him singing more like on drugs all the time. And um but yeah, I mean like this song to me was just like one of like the bop songs. Like
Yeah.
this is like I'm gonna fucking slap this shit in a car, because this isn't like really that like that sad of a song. It's just like a good feels good song. And it's definitely why it's probably like my second favorite song out of the album. um because of like just how it flows with you.
Yeah,
It has a really good vibe to it, despite like what it's saying.
yeah. It's actually my third favorite song.
Yeah,
I love this song so much.
It's
yeah,
really good.
it's good. It's good.
Slaps.
Yeah. Heart Slubs. Uh, as far as like on the album, it's like it is my third favorite, and among it, you can just tell that, and he was in this feelings on this one. Like it was just in the moment. It was a big
Mhm.
vibe, and I will 100% say I slapped this shit in the car. So the next song we have is called Doom, and honestly, this is a really kind of in general for me an overlooked song. Uh,
Mhm.
on the album, a lot of it is really good, but like this song to me is definitely like the one song you should probably listen to because it goes a lot.
Oh yeah.
So
Trying to find my doom.
Yeah, and this one he's specifically talking about, I think, how he met his girlfriend, right? Or
If we're going by what like the opening song is, it kind of sounds like it, yeah.
yeah,
Because he definitely talks about like he says like me and her like I think like a few times in the song,
yeah.
or at least
Me
in
and
the
her
chorus.
only in the room.
Yeah,
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 because he doesn't really touch up a lot. He touches up a lot on his current girlfriend, and I think that's like what I think past the first album, everything about it was his new love. Because that's 'cause it flared his life, but also they did do a lot of things together. To
yeah.
specifically because if you watch any of like the freestyle vlogs, she's always with him.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
really doesn't go anywhere without her, and so at some point you gotta assume that she kind of enabled it a little bit. I'm not trying to say like they did but they did do a lot of things together. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think there's too much to talk about on this song. I like it's just and in terms of like being like a typical Juice WRLD song, it's like like once again, it's mostly about drugs and or being like in a relationship in some form of like some fashion, not passion. Um, but yeah, honestly, in this song in particular, I'm not sure if there's a meaning that I uh don't understand because I think it's more of the chorus that I've paid attention to in this song than the actual verses. So I'm a little like uneducated when it comes to this song in particular. I mean, the album has only been out for a week, so I've done as much studying or like listening as I could. But
Yeah.
for this song in particular, um, at least for the way it speaks to me, yeah, it's about him and her.
Yeah, and then
But if I am wrong, then I'm
yeah,
wrong.
it's about that, and I think there's it goes into about his relationship with other people when he gets famous
mm, mm,
because he's not picking up the phone no more, and he's always switching numbers, but also at the same
mm,
time, people that used to call him don't call him
mm,
anymore, and people that he used to call now call him, and he's not gonna pick up the phone. So there's a
mm,
lot of things that like traverse. I think there's like two or like three or four different meanings in the song, but a lot of it's been touched up on past albums
yeah.
and newer songs. So yeah. So here we the next song we have is called "Go Hard."
This one's a little different from and the whole perspective of the album. It's probably like one of the more yeah, it's definitely one of the more different ones,
Yeah,
at least in my opinion. Like the beat is definitely a lot more heavy in this one. And his flow and his cadence in this one is
Very different.
more it's like more faster, more I don't know what like the best word for it is, but yeah, it's just slightly more faster.
yeah. I think in terms of like what the actual song is, it's just him. It's just like a normal freestyle where he's just vibing to the
Mm,
beat, going along with it, and you can just tell that he's just in his in his prime.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
it's very different from a lot of the other songs, and it doesn't have a lot of the same meanings or focus that a lot of the other songs have.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. It's kind of just like that break in between the album.
And yeah, that break right before it immediately throws you into Juice World Speaks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's really good. And the Just World Speaks one is we didn't touch on it too much, but he's just talking about like normally how he, in this how his music became is just him expressing himself. He's never had that like cadence to be reserved. He's always just talking about his feelings and never had like really much of an issue with it.
yeah.
I
Uh-huh.
know we didn't touch on it too much because Just World Speaks too kind of said the whole thing for both the
Mm-hmm.
speaks. But yeah, and he's always gonna he eventually he was it wasn't gonna be about heartbreak, but overall anxiety, the issues that have come along with everything, for the communities within the black culture. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's Juice WRLD Speaks. So then
We
we
probably don't
have
have to talk about this next song, right?
Mario's gonna do all of it for
Oh
us.
wait, is this my song? Is this my
Yeah,
song? You bitch.
all
uh,
It's called Not Enough, and it just
Fucking
features Juice WRLD.
Mario's least favorite song.
yeah. So I've definitely talked about this one with my friends here. This is definitely my favorite song out of the album. I don't know why, but I'm just a sucker for all these like Rockstar Juice WRLD songs. With like the guitar riffs and stuff like that. It's just like it. This song, it feels like really passionate. Like it's upbeat. It feels really nice to listen to, and I mean, well, it does follow normal Juice WRLD song trends. It is about um like his like how it is about his drug abuse and about how sad he is with his like relationship because he says some things like will your like love run out or I'm trying to think of the lyrics. It's like will your love run out, will we last. It's like him struggling with like thinking about the relationship um like ending pretty much. And a lot of us out there definitely can relate to that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, absolutely my favorite song out of the album. I think like just everything about it feels good to listen to. It like it fills the void of the little sad song that you need, but it's like it gives you like the like I said how like upbeat and passionate the song really feels. It it feels a little like it slightly feels more like uplifting that like kind of gives you like the little pat on the shoulder like the good like, everything's gonna be all right despite like what it's singing in the real song. It's just a good song. Like rounding up like a lot of the songs in the album is definitely just like my absolute favorite, and I've listened to this one the most for sure.
Yeah. And I think like with this one, it's definitely like Mario said, it's a relatable one that a lot of people can just relate to. Simply because we all overthink our relationships at some point. Am I a burden to this person? And
Yeah,
no,
when I listen to this song, sorry to cut you off by
no, you're
the
good.
way.
You're
Yeah,
good.
when I listen to this song, I think of like actually like high school, middle school. Like that's the vibe I feel. Like I feel like I'm just in high school like listening to like these like sad boy like kind of songs. And I that vibe just like it's gonna
It
sound
fits.
sad, but yeah, it fits. It definitely makes me feel like I'm not even that old, but like it makes me feel young, you know?
Put you back in your twos.
Yeah.
Honestly, the song is like, for me, it kind of gives that post generation Post Malone feel when he like blew up on beer bongs and Bentleys. It's just like
Yeah.
it just fits that middle school, high school style of
Yeah.
being like in that generation. So I just yeah, the song for me hits really well, and of course, like always, I guessed it was gonna be Mario's favorite because this nigga predictable
Yeah,
as
we
fuck.
Yeah.
we
We
blew
did
up
have
in
a
call.
moment with this. There was a moment when I was telling Des, can he guess what my favorite song was? And I forgot what the first guess was, but the immediate follow guess was what is it not enough? And I'm like, wait a minute, did I tell you at some point? But yeah, I mean like it makes sense considering my last favorite or my favorite song out of the last album was Man of the Year, like just like
Your
another
music
upbeat
genre
song.
in general, which
Yeah,
is like
like
ska.
yeah, I really do like these upbeat music. It's just and Juice WRLD man, dude, he really is a good singer, dude.
Yeah,
Underrated.
he really was just a rock star.
Yeah, he really was. Yeah. Fuck man.
Yeah,
Good
one of
song.
them
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
really
I'm
really
never
good
is.
not.
song.
Hmm. uh, so now we have the next song, which is called Feline, featuring Polo G and Trippy Red.
Yo, who likes Polo
Uh,
G here?
shut the fuck up. I do like Polo G. He is one of my top like 5 artists right now that I'm listening to. But this song was no longer like my number one, but it was. It's now like my number four.
Oh,
Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
ooh, that changed in 4 days.
yeah. So what made me really like this song was generally just the energy that both Polo G and Trippy came in with.
Mm-mm.
Admittedly, I'm not a big Trippy Red fan, but when
Yeah, of
he
course.
Same.
showed
Yeah.
up on this song specifically, he matched their energy incredibly well. And I would say for me, the one thing I was expecting out of Trippy Red was just coming in and singing, doing his normal thing
Yeah.
like on his yeah,
He's like,
that
yeah,
But he didn't come in with that at all. He came in with like just straight up bars, and I was like, this is how you do the song correctly, with not just for Juice, but for also with Polo, because as I view them very differently as artists for between Juice, Polo, and Trippy. For Juice, I always looked at as being that artist slash singer. For Polo, it was just like straight up gangster rap, and
Polo
Trippy
was
was
on the
always
other album, right?
yeah, he was
Legends Never Die.
yeah, and uh with Trippy, I just expected kind of like just a harmonics or chorus even just for the between them, but not. He just came in with like straight bars, and I was really enjoying it. Uh, there's not like a lot of substance to this one. I think this one was just like an all around just good vibe, an upbeat, an uplifting kind of song. But the wordplay from Polo and Trippy though were incredible. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I definitely do not know the if there is a meaning to the song. I definitely do not know because there's a
I didn't
there.
catch it
This
either.
song is like this song is pretty long, and they say a lot of things pretty fast with and it's three different people doing three different verses.
Hit
So
you with the machine gun
um,
flow.
Yeah,
yeah, if I were to like make like a soft yes, if there was a meaning, it's probably just them being like gangster, just like it's
yeah,
just them like don't fuck with me, don't fuck with my people kind of shit. It's like that's definitely what I get from this song. If there is a meaning, that's what I think it is.
yeah. Just fucking
Trippy hitting you with the "Don't fuck with my candy," yeah.
never gonna forgive him. Never gonna forgive that one.
Take me to
Yeah.
Topanga. Yeah.
So the next song we have on the list is called "Relocate." Uh, this one I'm not gonna lie. I admittedly didn't listen to too much, um, given that I was really enjoying like the first half of the list. But now we have then there's "Relocate," where I kind of had to like re-listen to it before here. I kind of forgot a little bit of the meaning, but most of it was just him, talking about having to relocate from where he was living to LA, and then sometimes switching spots between because some people would find out that he didn't want to find out. Uh, and then he's also just talking about in the beginning of the song. I think he bought his house or bought his grandma a house, and then paid off. I think like someone's student loans, and just because he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, this song
Imagine
is
studying like
definitely a
that.
flex song. It's like yeah, it's one of those like less or like underlooked songs in the album. I mean, admittedly, if I were to say like when I think of this song, the only actual like line that I specifically remember for some reason is the real estate is an investment. I don't know why, but that one vividly I can only hear it when I listen to the song. But yeah, this one's definitely a flex song. It's him talking about I think like his fame and like what he was able to do with his achievements, like buying houses, buying all these cars and stuff like that. Um,
Buy land.
yeah, real estate is an investment. But yeah, that I think that is what the meaning of the song is, at least like from what I can get from it. I haven't even listened to the song that much, but
Yeah.
um,
I think the other meaning was fuck, what was it? Just not being like better than most other people, but he was just doing everything he can because he found that financial stability. Is pretty much
mhm,
what we would call it. So yeah, this is like the one. I think there's like what this is the only like one flex song that you kind of get. The rest of it
mhm.
kind of like part of the it's part of the tone for the album.
I mean, it fits because, like, you do a gangster song, gangster song, and then you immediately flex after it. Like, it just connects.
Yeah,
it's
perfectly
the
well
same. It's
placed.
the same thing.
Yeah, and then we have until the plug comes back around. This is after Juice World Speaks 2, and admittedly, this actually ended up becoming like my favorite song on the album.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's interesting. Okay, I want to actually. How come? I want to know.
So specifically, I actually really like the chorus about this one,
Hmm.
and fuck. there's so much like I guess it kind of just hits that for me specifically hit that middle school feel because this is like the kind of songs I was listening to back then, where
Hmm.
between the sad boy and like the metal stuff, this is like what I would always like listen to, um, and this is like how do I put it? I guess like for me it hits like a personal note because I actually did know somebody that did pass away, and like this, it's a it's a lot for me.
Mm. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, this is not a lot for me to say about it specifically. Like the song itself is like for most people it would be average, but for me it just hits like it just hit a personal note in some of the lyrics.
Yeah, that's completely fair. I mean, like every song can be like affect somebody differently. Like for me personally, I think I do like you said, I do think the song is like average to me at least because it just feels like it does feel like normal to me. But yeah, when you put it in like the context of that, yeah, of course it's gonna affect you differently. But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't have too much of an opinion on this one.
I like the chorus a
Other
lot.
than that, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Until the plug comes back around, yeah.
I also like
I think
the middle part.
a lot of the choruses in this album are like really good.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
You usually don't see that from just like albums in general, like having just like good choruses. Because I think choruses are usually what like ruin a lot of songs.
yeah. You get like one chorus song and then it kind of just like destroys the album.
I don't
Cash,
really
cash,
I can't
cash.
really remember it right now, but I know there's a part of the song where he's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 100, just counting my sins and like that whole
Yeah.
part right there, dude. They fucking that's when my body just starts to float.
Yeah, and like the running away from the pain until the plug comes back around. That line itself is like where it just like kind of got me, where like I got hooked and I was like, "Fuck, that one hurt," because that's what my friend did. He was a drug addict and then he passed away because he got clean for a while because his family found out, but then he came back and he just hung around the same people.
Yeah, between this and I think it's the next song, or that it's a song after this one, but I definitely feel a little bit like uh these two songs, like those two songs in particular, are a little like strange, like just weirder for me, I guess, out of the album. Like, not that I like dislike them or anything, but it just for me personally, um yeah, like they're either average or I just like there's something like that I didn't like appreciate about it or something like that. More of the other one, less than this. The other one I I don't think I like that much. And it's not the feature one. It's just the I don't remember what it's called. I think it's like I don't know. I'll talk about it when we get to it.
Yeah. So the next song we have is called "From My Window," Juice World.
Oh, okay. It is. Yeah, it is the song.
To me, this was probably my least favorite song of the album. Again, I don't think it's bad in any regard, but I think it's
Yeah.
definitely my least favorite.
Yeah, it's down there for me, man. Every time I think about this song, man, this song just all I hear is just him talking about head, and I don't really like that. The fucking Juice World popsicle and the fucking can she suck my dick, please? Like, come on, man. I don't know. Like, this one was like I don't know. It felt a little out of place.
I actually like this song.
Of course you do.
Fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I just like it because it's the how who's it related to?
Do you connect to
It's
the
like
Juice
it's
WRLD
like
popsicle? Is that what you're connected
no,
to, huh?
it's like the early 2010 kind of vibes for these kind of songs, where it's just like the skip of the beat that I like. It's just like the beginning of it, where I just like which is like within the first like minute, I would say.
Does the beat
But
skip?
that's
Does it follow the bobbing of the head?
kind of yeah. It's just a bob for me. I don't know. I just like it because of the beat specifically. I think that the lyrics are kind of sus. But yeah, it's just literally. I think this could have gone like what after Relocate if
Mhm.
you were to like replace it. Other than that, it's okay. Yeah, there's not a lot about this song. It's just him getting head.
Yeah.
All right.
Suck a
The next
my
song we
dick.
have is Wait a Bitch. Girls of My Dreams with Suga and BTS. So a lot of people would say this is out of place, or at least like the feature is kind of out of place. Uh, he's actually done a song with BTS before. I don't know about Suga though.
I don't remember Sugar. I know he's done BTS before.
Yeah, but I didn't listen. I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't listen to this song a whole lot. I think it's actually like considerably the worst song on the album. Like it's bottom down there. It's like actually the last song.
I I don't think it is for me. For me, I think it's more like in the I have it in the same tiers as the songs that are just like normal Juice World. You know, where like they're nothing amazing, but it's good because it's juice. Cause, like it's just normal Juice World. That's where I have it.
Yeah,
Cause like I specifically heard this one a lot because just situations happened and the song ended up being on repeat for like a long time, and so just like the more I was hearing it, the more I was like paying attention to more and more parts of it, and oh, it eventually just became like, you know what? Yeah, I like this, especially like the beginning Juice WRLD parts before the features even come into it. The whole the girl of my dream.
yeah. I definitely
Mm.
again the
I
chorus
was
is
really starting to feel it, honestly. So I
the
have it in
chorus
like
is
the
good.
middle of the pack, like average Juice WRLD songs is where I place it.
Yeah, but for me, as it's like comparatively to the other songs, I'm not gonna go. It's like again, just for specifically for this album, it's just gonna be bottom for me because I wouldn't. It's not like the go. It's definitely the last song that I would have listened to
Mhm.
above all these other songs.
It's better than the Getting Head song, man. Come on.
That's you know what? All right, bump up one.
Bare minimum, it's gotta be better than that one,
Yeah,
dude.
All
I
right.
would literally rather listen to Juice WRLD talk for like 2 minutes.
I
Fucking
no joke that you're gonna say I'd rather listen to Juice WRLD get ahead.
Have you two said your pieces yet?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because I'm gonna like smallly break down my opinion on this song because I have a very controversial opinion that'll probably get me murdered by some K-pop fans.
Oh fuck.
Um.
Wait, I'm gonna turn off my cam. Give me
Yeah, this is the real reason I didn't have a cam on, even though we need to look at the other videos.
It's okay. I got your picture
Anyway.
here. They know.
Anyways, so I'm gonna give my positive outlook and then I'm gonna give my negative outlook. So my positive outlook is I do like the underlying meaning of the song. This one is a lot more affectionate because it's just talking about like their feelings about their loved one and like their relationships. And I actually when I the second time I heard the song, I had to look up the Korean lyrics so I can actually understand what it even meant in the first place. Um, so I did look up like part of it. I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know what
remember
they
all
are.
of it, but
I didn't do
I didn't
that.
do that at all.
yeah, yeah. I went out of my way to look it up because I needed to know.
For
um,
sure.
and Suga being like the BTS member that he is, I'm pretty sure he's still part of BTS if I can recall,
Yeah,
anyways.
it says Sugar Up BTS.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
looking on.
yeah, yeah. Then I guess he is part of BTS still. Um, I know a little bit of his background based on I have a lot of siblings who listen to BTS. Um, but so my positive outlook, I do like the message of the song. I do like the underlying meaning. It feels good, and if you look up what Suga's actually saying, which most people actually don't even do, it's actually pretty like heart-filling. Like it's good. It feels good, and he's a pretty talented person. But my negative outlook on this is I think this song is an absolute cash grab out of the album. Like this one song was negative to me because of how much it was a cash grab. Like there's no if you look like top to the bottom of the whole album, you would not like understand why this is even here, despite the fact that he's done a song with BTS like the one other time.
Yeah.
But this
I
song
think
feels like an absolute cash grab, and I think that's why I like feel more sour about it because I feel like it kind of kills the
the
like
set
whole
tone.
meaning of the album. Yeah, and like the tone.
Yeah.
It feels a little like I'm a little salty about it, pretty much. But that's pretty much my only opinion, like on the negative side. I think the underlying meaning of the song is good. I think Suga's like I think Suga's talented, even despite me not liking BTS as a whole.
Yeah.
Well,
But for a Korean rapper, he does good in the song.
Mario said it. He says he doesn't like them. Mario, put your Twitter on private. Fucking prepare yourself.
So
Brace
them
myself
K-pop,
for
so them K-pop stands, dude.
yep. They're gonna be like, oh
BTS
my god,
army.
Suga is amazing. Oh
It's a
man,
good thing you're
I
moving,
think
man,
one of
because they're
them's
gonna
name is
dox you.
Jin.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an okay song. I think, but generally, again, I'm just all about the sad boy vibes, and so this song is
Yeah,
definitely on the
in
bottom.
terms of the song itself, for me, it's probably like a good like 6 or a 7, but and it's
I
definitely
give
not
it a
part of my
solid
top 5.
7. I think if it was a single by
Oh,
itself, I
yeah,
would
yeah,
definitely give it like a good 8.
it's not in my top 5 either. Like I said, for me, it's definitely just in the middle of the pack. I don't think it's a
Yeah,
bad song. I
it's
think it's
better
good.
than Juice World Popsicle.
Yeah,
Honestly, I would just put this song next to whatever the BTS song is placed at in the fucking pack. That's all it is. But
Juice World Popsicle.
yeah. Is that the new meme?
That's the new meme.
fucking Akio popsicle.
Shut the hell up. Okay, let's move on. I know I remember the last 2 songs. I don't remember them in order.
Yeah.
Is it My Life in a Nutshell? Is that the next one?
That's the
Nope.
last
It's
one.
called Feel Alone.
Get
Oh,
fucked.
it's this. Okay, fuck, damn it. I thought it was right.
You got cocky and you
What?
fucking.
Well, I know the names of the last 2 songs. I just didn't know the order. I said it. I specifically said it.
Surprisingly enough, though, I think out of all the songs, the My Life in a Nutshell is actually like the least viewed, like the least heard. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
But yeah,
Mm.
because yeah, like the lower ones are all like the speaks, and then that's
Oh,
like
that's
the
fair.
lowest. Yeah, but like the song actually is like the least heard on the album.
Mm.
Yeah, so here we have Feel Alone. Admittedly, I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't listen to these last two a whole lot, specifically because um I had like a lot of issues like trying to listen to them.
You want to know something like something special about the song?
So
It's nothing. It's actually just quite. It is as bare bones as a Juice WRLD or like bare bones Juice WRLD song as you can get. Like it's quite literally, I am sad and alone because of heartbreak, and I use drugs to fill that void. Like that is actually like the whole meaning of the song. I heard the song quite a bit.
yeah, because
It is.
when I got to the like whenever I like listened to it through, like I don't know, like the last like 2 or 3 songs are always like the hardest for me to listen to on this album. Like these were
Mm,
like the My Life in a Nutshell I've listened to quite a bit, but not as much as like. But yeah, like I Feel Alone and like Girls in My Dreams and From My Window. I haven't
mm,
listened to those like a whole lot,
mm,
but I definitely listen like out of like the bottom 5 of the on the album. I listen to My Life in a Nutshell more.
mm.
Yeah, Feel Alone. I just didn't like. I guess it didn't leave too much of an impression, but
It's
I guess
pretty.
I
It's just like
understand
a
why.
pretty generic Juice song.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to listen to it more. Give a more pronounced review
Yeah,
on it.
this song and the next one both just have like a more. They're pretty much like similar meanings, and it's just your average Juice WRLD song. Sad. I take drugs, feel better. Um, both have. I guess to be more specific, both of these songs are more what is the word that I used earlier for like a like a deeper beat, more heavier beat. It's kind of like the this is like the song that you hear when it's like thundering outside kind of song. It's just like it's heavy. Uh, the
Like a
melodies are
moody
pretty like
song.
dark. Yeah, it's just moody. Just heavy, dark. That's pretty much what both these like 2 songs are pretty much about.
Yeah, I think
Um,
it's like it definitely comes down from it when like after like you listen to like the first half of the album because
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
to me it didn't leave too much of an impression unlike like the first like 10 songs.
Yeah, I
Uh,
definitely agree. These last 2 are definitely a little like. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess we could just talk about them at the same time, honestly, because they're both
yeah,
like
they're
very
both
similar in
kind of
terms of
same.
like how they're like paced and stuff like that. But yeah, the last song being
My life in a
being My
nutshell.
Life in a Nutshell. Yeah, both of these songs are like, yeah, like I said, heavily similar. I mean, they both have like completely different lyrics, but they are very similar meanings. It's just Juice talking about his depression, his anxiety, and like how he uses like all the like opioids and stuff like that to help him feel better.
Yeah,
Um,
and he just talks about the move from like LA to Chicago and then going back. And it's just like
yeah,
the
that's
similar stuff that we've heard
The
before.
last song
I
actually got hard ruined for me by Mario like 2 or 3 days ago.
wait, how? What did I do?
so, uh, so we were talking while I was just listening to this album, right? And I was at
Hmm.
my life in a nutshell during this part of the conversation where you mentioned, well, we started talking about the Austin Powers because you were listening to the Epic Rap Battle of History that had Austin Powers in it,
Uh,
and all I could think about was when I was after talking about Austin Powers. I mean, looking at the name of the song, was think about the line of the movie where Powers is like that. That's not me. That isn't me in a nutshell. This is me in a nutshell. How did I get in this nutshell? and, and that's all I can think of now whenever I see this title. It's just I think of Austin Powers just going to, "Ooh, I'm in a nutshell."
God damn it.
So the song's just hard ruined for me because of
Now that's actually funny.
it.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, these last two songs a little less impressionable. I mean, they're just average.
yeah, they're just normal Juice World songs.
Which isn't a bad
Honestly, I
thing
think
ever.
they could have done better as like singles.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So I think overall, how would we rate the album? For me, I think I gave it like a solid like 8.5, probably like a 9.
Hmm.
I definitely give it a solid 8 crying boys out of 10.
Um, yeah,
Let's give it 8.5.
I'll give it an 8 sad boys out of 10 for me too. I think uh and I'm not yeah, I think we can all agree that this album like isn't bad or anything by any means. It's not, the album's amazing.
Yeah,
But for
it's
me
just not Legends
personally,
isn't.
I'm comparing it to Legends Never Die, and
Yeah,
Legends Never Die
Yeah, that's what I
definitely
was like.
had a lot going on with it. A lot of bangers in there, dude. A lot of songs.
Yeah, I think when you compare the albums, it's specifically just Night and Day, where Legends Never Die was straight in the spotlight, and that one got huge. And then there's Fighting
Yeah,
Demons, which is kind of more like the mellow, sad, setting a tone for like the abuse and everything.
to me it actually speaks like older Juice World to me specifically, because I think like when I look at like Legends Never Die and uh
That's
like
actually
Death like
him in his prime.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I think it's just like significantly more diverse in this album. Like there's just a lot going on in this in Legends Never Die. Like every song kind of feels like unique, more as like how we talked about in this current album, that there's like a lot of like these are your generic Juice songs. Um, whereas in like yeah, like in Legends Never Die, just there's a lot more diversity in like in terms of like the songs themselves and like how he mixes up like his flow and stuff like that. Whereas this one, yeah, it's just it feels a little bit like um more old Juice World, like like just slightly repetitive and stuff like that. But I mean, there's still a lot to be like heard in this album, and I mean like our opinions can change like anytime, because I mean we have only listened to it for a week, so.
yeah,
But that is definitely how I feel about it for sure. I think Legends Ever Die is like a 10 out of 10 in my eyes.
yes, then.
yeah, same.
How many
Yeah, I
times would
think
you
like
say you've heard it, Des?
fuck. All right, so the reason why they asked that is because there's so I learned of how much time I learned I was listening to Juice World. It ended up coming out to like 4,400 like 52 minutes. And then I saw what Riggs's time was listening to Juice World. It was like 2,200. I was double his. But theirs added both up together only equals to like 100 minutes over what I listened to for both. So
Here, I got the numbers. Okay,
he's actually
Des
got them.
Des spent this last year on Spotify, according to his wrap up, 4,647 minutes hearing Juice World, while I
It went up
spent
more.
2,247 minutes. And then Mario, I don't have the screenshot of his as we were in person when we looked at his, but his was around the same as mine. And like Mario's pretty sure he remembered you said that we were like only like 100 minutes combined higher than Dez.
Yeah, like combined, we're only like either like 100 or 200 minutes over Desmond, and that was combined.
Look, man, I'm just sad. That's it. Oh.
I'm gonna look out for my boy, man.
Yeah.
No, it's because I actually spent like I can tell
Go buy
you
his
like
pictures, man. Make him smile.
yeah, shut up. The ones the one album that I consistently like listen to was actually like Death Race for Love. Um, that one has always just been like I listened to that one on release. You know, I was waiting for that album to come out for like 3 months, and that was like around the time when I convinced them to finally fucking listen to Juice World. And yeah, that one I just like I've always just it's always has been my favorite. That album was actually just a hard 10 out of 10 for me. Legends Never
Oh
Die will always
yeah,
be a 10 out of 10, but Death Race for Love will always have that like special meaning because that's like
you gotta show off that hot jacket, bro.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
dude.
then
Your
I recently
custom
just got this
sweatshirt.
made, custom made. See it a little bit. So yeah, Juice
Yeah.
WRLD, the 999,
Yeah.
and then this is in Japanese. That also says Legends Never Die, and then you have the
Woo!
Yeah, let's go. I'm stealing this
Yeah.
jacket.
Legends Never Die 999 on the back. And honestly, it's probably like the best $140 I ever spent. I love this jacket.
I'm stealing it
Yeah,
from
yeah, you'll get your own eventually.
you.
Of course, you make the sound when you don't have the camera.
Yeah, you bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
I
yeah.
wish they could see my Discord. They'd understand.
Actually, they can. I can
uh,
move the picture real fast.
Oh
Or-
yeah, let's go. Hey, that's me,
let's
baby.
go.
That's me jamming out to the to the Juice album.
Yeah. So, well, the one thing that we wanted to talk about was, like, I guess our impact and our his impact on us, and like, admit it, I'm just saying we're gonna go through our like our top 5 songs. If
well,
you guys,
not necessarily a number, but just the songs that we think about the most when you know.
or yeah, or we listen to the most,
Yeah.
whichever. Uh,
Okay,
I'll go first.
Mister. Yeah, Mister.
Yeah,
Almost 5,000 minutes.
shut the fuck up. So definitely one of the ones that I listen to a lot, or definitely like the first three that I can list to you, are off of the Death Race for Love album, which is Flaws and Sins, Feeling, and I actually listen to this song a lot too. It's called Syphilis. That one specifically
Oh, syphilis is
is because
crazy.
it just goes
Mm.
hard. It's just that's peak for me. That's fucking raw Juice World going in, and it was just a good song. And then like the last two is gonna be uh, Blood on My Jeans, and I listened to uh, Stay High. Those are like the five songs that I like consistently listen to throughout this year. And admittedly, there's a lot of other things, but like again, Death Race for Low was like the one album I've been listening to entirely through. But those 5 songs are like the ones that I think of when I want to play somebody like a Juice World song.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, well, you want me to go or you go?
You can go.
Right. Well, the most prevalent song ever in my head of Juice WRLD will always have to be the song Nuketown. Nuketown with Ski Mask because there was a solid like 4 or 5 months where I was just hooked on that song, and I'll never forget this one moment where we were playing like this like build a deck card game over at like Potter's house or something, and I'm like falling asleep during it. And Mario goes, I know a way how to wake him up. And he puts the song on the screen, and it wasn't even a joke. I actually like woke up from it. Because that song did it hit me really hard. I really enjoyed that song. And then like that most recent song that they did with on the Trippie Redd album, the Matt Hardy 999. That song's just
Oh yeah.
a whole different level of good, dude. Which sucks so
Yeah,
much that it has to come, after his passing and shit.
it was
But it's just,
that song was actually before. That was a it was a
no, I
edit
know it
for
was recorded before, but I mean like it came out after. Is what
yeah,
I mean.
yeah. They
Yeah.
they they redid it after, and I was kind of like, ah. But yeah, like there for those, there's unreleased tracks for Juice World, or at least this was considered an unreleased until they officially released it. But yeah, there's two different versions you can find online. So, but the most recent one is actually like Hot Fire.
Yeah, but Matt Hardy 999 is a crazy song. Again, another song that I just had on repeat for hours and just me, Des, and Mario all just go anytime the song comes on with us with each other, just going crazy. It's just
Hmm.
That KKK line though, we're always hit. It's just it's just so funny to hear it come from Juice.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then like Bad Boy, that entire song with Young Thug is crazy. The beat
Bro,
is crazy. The
I think
lyrics
that song ended up being on
crazy.
my top five
The
on actual
video
SNL.
Another just
crazy. The video is
made a
so
mess.
good.
So good.
Yeah.
And then I would say this song, it's a great song, don't get me wrong, but it's not like I didn't it doesn't it's not like it's in my top 5, but not because it's so great, but because of the feeling and the emotion that I had when I first heard it. And if you guys might remember when the Legends Never Die album was coming out, they released a couple of the songs before it came out. One of the
Yeah.
songs that they released was the Come and Go with Marshmello song.
Uh,
And I remember when it was either like the first or second song that they dropped before the album came out.
I think it was the
I think it was
second.
second. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they released Righteous before.
Yeah, they definitely released right just
Yeah.
yeah. And when it came out, I remember being on my computer. I just told Dez and Mario that the song came out. They were busy doing whatever, so I'm hearing the song by myself.
I think
And
both
I
got
remember
that.
playing whatever game by myself, and I stopped playing the game and didn't realize I was because I was just like, "Yo, this." I was literally like freaking out by myself over the song, and I couldn't believe it. Like the beat was just going crazy. I was like, "How is this happening?" And then I just got even more sad because I'm like, "Juice is gone." It just
Yeah,
like
I remember specifically calling you on Discord too.
yeah,
Getting in
like
on the Discord call, and we were talking about it for like an hour. Like
I
that shit
couldn't
went
when the song
crazy.
first got dropped like that. I couldn't get over it. I was
Hmm.
obsessed with it until the album came out, and so just the memories I have with that song, it's definitely in my top 5 because of that.
Yeah. Whew.
Oh, is it my turn?
Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
All right. All right. I'm gonna hit him with it. It's the sweet old generic man of the year.
Man of the year still got problems.
All right. All right. So like, you know, I became a fan of Juice World. Um, when I mean, Lucid Dreams and All Girls Are the Same is still like his most popular songs, but um, as his albums came out, like I in Death for Race, like one of my favorite song in there is like Robbery and Feeling.
Yeah, I
Feeling's
remember
probably like
robbery.
my more favorite, and then Legends Never Die like solidified my definitely my favorite song. Is always gonna be Man of the Year because like that that song like to me it's always like he's just talking to me like um and like the lyrics in that song just like Man of the Year, still got problems, looking in the mirror, you look awful, talking to myself, do it too often, JK Juice World, you're so awesome. It's like you tell your like he's literally looking at himself in the mirror and talking like down on himself like, oh, you look ugly, you look bad, but he's like, nah, never mind, you're fucking great. And then it just starts becoming like more upbeat from that, and then the chorus. Oh man, the chorus
Hmm.
always gets me every time. Let's raise our hand, let's sing and dance. I know I'm here to save you. And then he's like, I know my lyrics saved you and I know I helped your breakthrough. And like this song, like it speaks to me like on a very like emotional level because like I said, it feels like he's speaking to me in this song. And like saying that his like lyrics saved me and like I know I helped you through your breakthrough, like it's just it it's uplifting. And to get that from like a Juice World song is like it's a completely different mood to like like instead of being like relatable to what he's going through and like being sad with him, it's like he's uplifting you and giving you more confidence with the song. And the whole song plays into that. It's upbeat. It feels like a song that you can like just like I said, sing and dance to. And the song is truly something else for me. Like I will if I were to recommend someone Juice World, like this is probably like the first or second song I would tell them to make because like it doesn't portray Juice World as an artist like very well because it's like one of his more obscure songs in comparison to how he normally is. But
Sorry,
the
I don't
just
mean to cut
the
you off, but I think like
oh
if
you're good yeah
for obscure songs, I think that was like I think that's actually what I would actually listen to give somebody else because that's like a perfect way for them to transition into the normal Juice World. I think it's actually like one of the best things about Juice World is just him making obscure songs.
yeah I agree yeah um
But definitely Man of the Year is definitely like one of the songs.
it's just man dude like I said this song on an emotional level for me like it just it means too much more than like a song should. It's just one of those songs for me for sure. Um, and to like I said, yeah, to feel confidence from like an artist who mostly like you're supposed to be uh like feeling with as opposed to like him appraising you. It's a completely different mood.
I actually just
but
real
yeah,
fast on the last thing that Des said real fast. I actually think personally the most Juice World song to exist, in my opinion, is Robbery. Like whenever I think
Yeah,
of Robbery, I'm like, this
hmm
is the epitome of what a Juice World song is. You know, like
hmm
this is the Juice World style, and this is him doing it like a really high level. So that would be what I would show most people first would be Robbery, personally.
hmm
yeah,
and
I can
like
agree.
yeah, moving on to like feeling, yeah, like this freestyle, like just like he's just going off in this song. Like this isn't like a hard like him like popping off song, but it has like the beat is like it's like really playful and he's just like it feels like you could just feel like him having fun with the song.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I like feelings definitely like within my top five. I do listen to the song quite a bit too. And I still listen to it. It's like definitely one of my favorite Juice WRLD songs. I don't have much to talk about this one because it is like a freestyle. And I mean he talks about like what normal Juice songs are, but like it just goes with the theme of I like these more upbeat Juice WRLD songs as opposed to like the more like sad Juice WRLD songs. Um, and then moving into the to like my next favorite song, which is one of Riggs' favorite, the Matt Hardy. Um, funny thing is, I was the one who showed Riggs this song because he
Yeah,
had never heard it at the time.
because I
We were in the
refuse to hear
car.
their album.
Yeah, we are on the way to the movies, and I was like, I was like, "Did you hear this song yet?" And he's like, "No, I haven't heard it yet." And I was like, "Dude, it's fucking fire!" And it's like, yeah, this like, I'm sorry, Trippy Red fans, like, but like Trippy Red, like, honestly, he's not that great. He's like pretty mediocre, but like he has good ad libbing and good like he's good in like a lot of features. That's Trippy Red's use in like the rap game, in my opinion, at least. But a lot of his solo songs, like being like the sad boy, like singer rapper that he tries to be, I think like Juice WRLD just has a better grasp on what Trippy Red also trying to do. But in this song, it's like completely different. It's upbeat. They go fucking off. Trippy Red like matches Juice WRLD's like cadence, and they both like match each other, and they just fucking go at it. Like the song is so good, and
Crazy.
there's just a lot of songs in this. There's like a lot of lines in this song that you could just like sing to, like just like what the fuck you claim. It's like oh man, dude, the song's good, man. It's like I still listen to this shit right
The
now too.
beat
It's
too.
fucking
The beat's
great.
so crazy in that song, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, people
um.
were very just a fun fact though for Man of the Year, that song was made in like 20 minutes by the way.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he actually stepped into the booth, spit it, and then they mixed and mastered it and he was like, "All right, cool. We made this song in like 20 minutes and they're playing it, it's Man of the Year."
That's fucking great.
So,
um.
you're four.
I think for like the more like sadder songs by Juice, I'd probably say like At least for solo, I think Righteous is probably definitely one of my favorites.
It's
Like,
just too good.
yeah, right, Righteous, and like when the music video came out with it, um, taking you through like him like fighting all these enemies and being like the like kind of like a superhero fighting against his own demons. Um, especially this was like one of the like first like first couple songs that they showed after his death, and this was like a fan made like music video. Um,
Yeah, they like the little Uzi Vert feature.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Hit it with that power gem.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, for one of the more sadder ones is the one, uh, like yeah, for one of the sadder ones is the one of my favorites because like I think it's like the second verse when that's the one I always sing to. It's like that I'm in too deep, can't swim like me. Yeah, like I always sing that part of the song, and it's just this one's sad. I just remember when this one came out. Like
Yeah,
this was like yeah, like I said, this was after like his death, and it just yeah,
we
this
hit
one was
us
definitely
each
a little
hard.
painful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the line I contribute like I uh relate to the most is my anxiety is the size of a planet.
Yeah, yeah.
That one that's when I yeah, that's when I hurt.
Yeah, like the codeine runneth over my nightstand, taking medicine to fix all the damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that song. Yeah, that song hurts.
Too good.
But in terms of the sad songs, definitely like that's where I probably end up on like my favorite ones. That yeah.
That was
But
like the song you knew when it was like when it was released. It was like when we knew he was like truly gone.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that to
That one
me,
pretty much solidified it. Yeah.
yeah.
If it wasn't righteous, like I would say fucking like already dead definitely fucking like puts the nail in the coffin for me.
Yeah.
Like that dude that proves to me that my homie gone, dude. Like he's fucking out of here.
Yeah. Crazy enough, it's been 2 years since he's been gone, but it felt like he's actually never left.
I'll never
Hmm.
forget that moment too of me calling you guys to let you know. I'll never forget that just
Yeah.
because it was
Yeah.
both you guys just being like, "You're fucking with me." Just no,
Yeah,
you're
I
not
was
telling
I
the truth.
so I couldn't even be so I have the story because I remember specifically too that
I'll
day
tell mines after that too.
when you
Yeah.
when you called me, I was with Emily and Gonzalo going to San Jose to go to round one, and I was sick, and I thought you were like because I think I mentioned it like the day before. I was like, oh yeah, I'm kind of getting sick, and I kind of just don't want to fuck with anything. But then like the next day, he's like, hey, you want to go to San Jose? I was like, yeah, and then you call me and we're on the overpass. We're going over the overpass on Clinton, and you call me, and he's like, "Hey, Juice World's gone," and I'm like, "What, dude? I'm sick. You can't. You're fucking with me." And he's like, "No, no, no," and then he sends me the article, and I start reading, and then I start scrolling through Twitter, and I'm like, I can't even cry until I got to like round one, and I finally stepped in the bathroom and just started crying, and I was like, "Man, fucking boy's gone. Fuck, it's actually just making me tear up." Yeah, yeah, and I was like, "Fuck." Yeah, so it was
Yeah.
like it was just a weird day.
Yeah. So for my story, because I was also out of town. Funny enough,
Yeah, you were.
we were at a regional for card games because me and my friend gets to play card games.
Yeah, the picture
And
shows it.
we're out of town for an event for card games. This was at like 10 a.m. He calls me. I had just like he calls me and it wakes me up. I was literally asleep and it woke me up. And he was like, "Hey," like he was telling me like, "Hey, Juice WRLD died," and I said, I literally outright denied it. Like it wasn't like, "Whoa, really?" It was just, "No, you're lying to me." And he was like, "No, he's dead. Like it's all over the news." And I'm like, "No, you're fucking lying." I was like, they don't know what they're talking about." I was like, it's probably like a controversy thing." And the last thing I remember telling him was that um like it's like you're fucking lying to me, and I'll check in like or I'll check in like 4 hours if and they need to confirm a body because I was in that much disbelief that he died.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then yeah, come like 5 6 hours later in the middle of the event, I finally decided to start looking through the news. They confirmed that he was dead, passed away. and I was just fucking like I was defeated. I was super sad. This was in the middle of an event. I was like, "Fuck, dude." The next day of the event too, was like even worse. I was in so much disbelief, and like I said, I outright denied everything that he told me. And yeah, when they confirmed it all, just like, fuck, dude, that just fucking sucks.
Yeah. It's really upsetting too, because like that day, like that night before he passed, they re-released one of the songs off his first album, which is can't even think of it right now. Wow. Oh, Let Me Know, the freestyle.
Hmm.
And I was like listening, I was like, oh yes, it's finally gonna it finally got a release on Spotify because it's only available on YouTube. And I was like, cool,
Hmm.
he may release the rest. And he was talking about it on Twitter or like on a live with someone, and he was like, yeah,
Hmm.
I may or may not do it, but he was talking about, but I really like that freestyle that I did, so I released it for the fans. He's like, I'm gonna be doing a lot of other stuff, and it's like he was just talking about some of the projects he was gonna be doing and stuff, and it's cut short. And I was like, that was like personally like one of my favorite albums, but it's just not available everywhere.
I was just sad to know that the last thing that I remember before he passed away was when Bandit came out, and it
Yeah.
was when everybody was like memeing about him because it was Juice WRLD got fat, and it was they started like calling him like all like these memes like fucking like Fat World and like Huge World and stuff like that. Like it was just
Yeah,
like a joke because he got like a stomach because he was like finally like happy and like settled down with his girlfriend, and then 2 months later he passes away,
yeah.
and it's like, wow, that fucking that just fucking that actually just sucks.
He was
And
actually in a really good place
yeah.
when he died. Like he had finally he was talking about like everything too. Like everything was starting to his mind was finally starting to settle around the fact that he can finally be happy, and it just
Hmm.
sucks. So, yeah. So those are most of our experiences.
Yeah.
Guess we should
Not
wrap up.
much.
Crazy.
Yeah, pretty much start wrapping up. I think we've all said our pieces.
Yeah, for sure.
May the legends never die. May the man rest in power. 999.
We'll 999. We'll see you in the next album for sure.
Yeah, we'll definitely see you guys later. This has been the Generationals podcast. It's not gonna be like the normal stuff. We'll make another episode when we get a chance, but I think for right now, I think this is gonna be the last episode for 2021. We'll see what
Oh
we
yeah,
do
for
in
sure.
2022. Uh, you know, we got new stuff going on between each of us. I start a new job next year. Riggs is gonna start looking for
A new new
another
job now.
I'm
Yeah.
going through
a
a
new
move
job,
right now.
and our boy's going through a move, and he's gonna be settled probably by next month or so,
Hmm.
hopefully. And so yeah, a lot of us have stuff going on, and as always, y'all have a good day. Happy holidays for whatever holiday you celebrate. See y'all next later.
Peace.
Peace.